you should. But you look at me this morning, some of you are looking at me and say, that doesn't look like a real beard to me.
Yes, it does.
But thank you. But you know, it's really not. And I'm going to tell you the story about my beard. Well, I was up in the North Pole, sitting in my living room in front of a big roaring fire, drinking some hot chocolate and eating some Christmas cookies. And I heard this ruckus out in the barn. So I got up and got dressed, went out to the barn, and all 8 reindeer were neighing and prancing, and their hoofs on the ground and up on their hind legs. They were just having a ruckus. I said, whoa, boys, settle down. Down there, Blitzen, Common, Cubit. All settle down now. It's okay. And you know, they heard my voice, and they all quieted down. So that was great, and I gave them all a new helping of oats and fresh water. And I started to walk out of the barn, and what did I see in the corner? Who did I see in the corner? Anybody know? Who? Rudolph. You're right. Rudolph was in the corner, but he wasn't happy. His little head was drooping way down. His little paw was just pawing the earth. And I said, I know what's wrong with Rudolph. So I went to the cupboard, and I got a big bottle of Windex and a rag, and I went and I polished his nose till it shined like a big red apple. And he was so happy. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to tell you a story about my beard. Well, I went back in the house. I looked in the mirror, and I looked at my straggly old beard. It was all just rumpled up and everything. I said, this won't do it all. So I reached in the closet, and I got my electric razor. And I plugged it in, and I started to trim my beard, and the razor flew out of my hand and was flying around there, and it came down on one side, woo, took all the whiskers off on one side, and then the other side, the same thing. Here, and before I could grab it, it got on my chin, and I had no whiskers left. I said, oh, Mrs. Claus, come quickly, I have a problem. Well, Mrs. Claus came into the living room. She was wiping her hands on the apron because, you know, she was making sugar cookies for my trip. So she looked at me and said, oh, Mr. Claus, what happened? And I started to tell her the story about the runaway razor. She said, oh my goodness, Mrs. Claus, that's terrible, but I know what to do. She went to her closet, opened up the 2 big doors, and you know, in that closet were hundreds of costumes for every holiday in the world. There was Christmas and New Year's and Halloween and 4th of July. And she looked up on the shelf up there, and she saw this big red box, and you know what the box said? Santa's beard. Well, my goodness, she was ready for me, I guess. So she got the beard out and she put it on, and I think it looks pretty good. How about you kids? You think it looks pretty good? Hey,